And by the way, I worked other jobs. I worked corporate jobs, retail jobs. I got fired from more jobs than most people on this life. Straight up. And I was trying, right? But yeah, like after that 10K a month, like we've grown ever since. And now my goal is like, I want to get to like multiple 8 figures before like 28. I remember on a podcast when I was 24, I was like, my goal is 100 million by 30. And like, I know I'm just chucking these numbers out and people are probably like thinking like, oh, but like, I'm just being very real. I'm transparent on this shit. Like, I think I was thinking too small. And it's not because $100 million is a goal by 30. It's just because like, I feel like my brain doesn't have limiting beliefs around numbers. It's just like, how good of a leader and an individual can I be? And if God blesses me with the revenue to reflect that, then great. But I might get blessed in other ways. I might get blessed with Kwasar getting to 1 million subscribers. That's cool too. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it took quite a while, bro. My journey's been slow as shit. My journey's been slow. But I also feel like I'm doing business for 7-8 years. But I also feel like my depth of like knowledge, perhaps skill, is also deeper because it took so long. So it's like, would you wish you like made 50K a month after 9 months and you stayed at 50K a month for like 5 years? I know a lot of people that have done that. They hit their first million in their early 20s. They travel a lot, but like, which is awesome, but they kind of plateau, which is fine. Like you got to figure out how you're driven, but that's a different conversation. How do you hire the right people? You be a better person. You be a person that attracts better people. Your vibe attracts your tribe. The character of the leader influences the culture of the people, right? What's up, Jake? Albin's right. Stay to the end and interact with the live and you can win $100. Albin said, what's up, Aaron? I hope you're well, brother. I haven't seen you since the culture event. Albin said a whole new level. Jay-Z said, are meta ads effective for small businesses? Absolutely. Short and simple, absolutely. I'm still technically a small business, not by staff size. By staff size, we're a medium-sized organization, but yeah, we're still a small business. We're not doing like 50 million a year. not anywhere near that yet. But yeah, meta ads is very important. And for most businesses, I prefer it over Google ads because Facebook ads, you can compete on the creative, like the way that the images and the videos look, whereas Google ads, you're competing on the keywords. So you're competing with people that can outspend you, generally speaking, but it depends on your type of service. Like if you're a search intent service, like door removal, like junk removal near me, or like truck removal, that's different. You're a bit more search intent. Like if you run an ad for that. But if you're like a consultant or you're a coach, meta ads, like 100%. Albin said, when did you realize you'd make it? So one thing I've always had, I think, is delusional belief. Ever since I was a teenager, like you know what's interesting? I didn't really think of getting rich, ever. That's not true. I didn't really think of trying to, quote unquote, make millions until I was 18. Before then, I was just like basketball, and I wanted enough money to buy a basketball shooting machine. That's how it started for me. That's how my entrepreneurial journey started. I wanted to make enough money online to afford basketball. I wanted to afford training. I wanted to afford putting up 1,000 shots a day like Kobe Bryant. And then, after I came back from the States, I was playing LA and SAC. I was like, okay, I need to make a lot more money. And I ended up leaving basketball to focus on building businesses. But I never really had a limiting belief of, I guess, trying to be my definition of successful, which at one point was sports. And now is, building like a strong marketing agency and group. But, I don't think I've had that limiting belief. I definitely have had times that I've doubted, like, my competence, but anytime I felt super insecure, I usually would just work like 10x harder. Like, if I lost all my money today, I got hacked like not that long ago. Like, if I lost all my money, I'll make a live every day. In fact, I was thinking about this last week and I was probably like nervous. He's like, Dami, you're live every day. I'm not gonna have time for that. But I was like, what's stopping me? Like, what actually is physically stopping me from doing a live call every day? And then I based the question, is that going to be beneficial? But I was like, okay, but Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, all these guys, iShow Speed, Astronaut, they shit out so much content. And people feel like they know them, parasocial relationships. But who else in my industry does it? Okay, Alex Hormozy. Okay, like, there's a lot of confines that we have in our brain. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to question those confines.